You guys remember back in the day, like when teams used to win something or someone won a lottery, they used to say, so what are you going to do next? And the answer was, I'm going to go to Disney World. Well, that's my answer right now for what I'm going to do next, because this year's been really good. It's been very exciting. Crypto has been done a lot of people very well. I decided, you know what, I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to treat myself to something. But the thing is, I'm married, got kids, so whenever I want to treat myself, I have to treat the whole family. What better way to treat everybody than by going to Disney World? Now, here is the cool thing about this. Okay, the reason I'm sharing this with you, you're asking yourselves, this is a crypto channel. Why the hell do I care about Disney World? The reason I'm bringing this up is because of the simple fact that I save 3% on every one of my trips using my Crypto.com card. This bad boy right here, and you can't really see it because of light, but this thing right here has got so much wear and tear on it. Like, I use this for everything. I'm getting 3% cash back. If you want to know how much I'm getting back on my Disney vacation with my family, I will show you right now. This is the receipt right here from Disney. The grand total is $12,640.34. I paid half of it. Got to pay the other half by November 26, 2020. But if you look at that and you ask yourself 3%, that's saving nearly $400 on that trip. Nearly $400 trip. But here's the thing. Again, if you look at this card, it is wore out. It is beat to death. And the reason it's beat to death is I use it all the time. I get cash back on everything. 3% cash back on everything I use this card for. Over a course of this year, the simple fact I've gotten cash back and CRO, and what CRO has done this year, this vacation, this is a true story, was nearly entirely paid by using this card this year. Now, not everyone can do that. Not everyone can do that. This is not a sales pitch saying, oh, use this card all year long and you'll be able to pay for a big-ass vacation at the Walt Disney World. What I'm saying is, this right here, with the way I use it, it's more than paid for itself. And just for ultimate transparency, because a lot of you guys asked the question, yes, Crypto.com does sponsor this channel. They sponsored my channel for over a year now, guys, which is pretty dang cool. And hopefully before the end of this year, the trend keeps going where we can all make some good money. DeFi has done well, but I'm going to tell you what, there's some things we do have to talk about. The institutional game right now, the institutional game in Bitcoin, not altcoins or anything else right now, in Bitcoin is strong. It is. And and you know me, I'm very cautiously optimistic about everything, extremely cautiously optimistic when it comes to Bitcoin and its price, okay? I'm going to go ahead and take off that layer real fast and tell you that what I'm about to share with you guys is bullish as a motherfucker. And I mean that. I absolutely mean that. We're going to cover that right now. We're going to cover why this is necessary. We're going to talk about institutions who realize their own employees were going heavy in Bitcoin and said, you know what? We can't sit back like this. We can't let our employees come in here and jump on Bitcoin and not make it look like we have our hands on this and we're not contributing products for our other clients. But we can't do this. I'm telling you, today's very bullish video. Make sure you watch it to the very end. Tell you what, the market today seems to be kind of taking a little bit of a breather, which seems like and today it looks like Bitcoin is taking a little bit of a breather along with some of the altcoins out there, which is not a bad thing. Breathers are always good. Remember, anything built on a straight line cannot stand. Before I get into the crazy bullish news, I want to talk about something real fast. The Graph. This is not sponsored, okay? The Graph is an indexing protocol for querying networks like Ethereums and IPFSs. Anyone can build and publish on open APIs called subgraphs, making data easily accessible. Now, here is the thing about Graph. Everybody is using them. Everybody is hopping on board with them. Everybody is trying to implement them. The Graph is becoming very, they built something good. They built something good. And it's built on Web3. You know, Web3 is a new stack for a radically better internet. And we're all familiar with Web3 through Polkadot and so on and so forth. We're not going to get into that. But the thing is, the Graph, I'm telling you, it's the amount of interest projects have had to take part in this and utilize the Graph's tools, okay? It's almost unprecedented. It really is. It's almost unprecedented if you actually go in there and do a deep dive. I'm sure if you go on enough Discord channels, you can find out and you can see what I'm talking about. A lot of people are excited about this. The Graph is actually, I think they have a public sale coming up. I think it's today, as a matter of fact. So, I mean, I would love to get into that. But unfortunately, as a U.S. citizen, I can't get into that, okay? On the public sale side, there's just no way I can partake in that. But again, this is not sponsored. I'm telling you right now, this is not sponsored. This is just me. I try to share nuggets. Like, this is a real nugget. And the way that their sell is structured, the public sell, in my opinion, is probably one of those rare sells where you're going to see large money coming into. And it's because of the private sales. Like the private sales, the vesting period or the lockup period, I think it's 2 years. It's insane. So anyone who got in before the public, their hands are tied. And that right there, seeing that the amount of money they raised with having hands tied, I got to tell you, this is not a rug puller. This is not a scam. This is not one of those projects that's trying to come in there and make some money and get out, get in, get off, get out kind of concept. So this is one that you should do your own research on. Okay, if you're looking for things to get into, if you're looking for stuff to research, if you're looking for your next prospect, take a look at the graph, okay? This isn't financial advice. This is me throwing out some good information to you. All right, so let's talk about institution number one real fast. Fidelity report says Bitcoin market cap is drop in the bucket of potential. We all know that. We all know that the Bitcoin market cap right now of $210 billion, as you can see it right here, is a drop in the bucket compared to its true potential. Now, we can argue all day long, right? We can argue all day long all the cases that we can make for the price of Bitcoin going through the roof or hitting the moon, and all the other cases for why Bitcoin will stay stagnant and stay in check. There's arguments going both directions. But taking the arguments and moving them out the way, okay, looking at Bitcoin for exactly what it is, it has not even tapped its true potential. And there's so many things that Bitcoin can become. And the truth be told, we still don't even really know what Bitcoin's going to become. With the current narrative of Bitcoin, though, I mean, the HODL narrative and then us trying to play like Fidelity and the grayscales, buying Bitcoin and waiting for it to go up in value. Right now, I mean, it's very clear that in the near future, that Bitcoin's going to be looked at more as like more of an investment product, whereas I feel like it should be treated as a currency. So 10 years from now, though, that can entirely change. We just don't know what it's going to become. You know what I'm saying? We really just don't know what it is as far as its role in the world. But the thing that we can all agree on, and then just like Fidelity points out, the world of rising interest rates, rising debt, collapsing governments, collapsing financial models, and struggling people, Bitcoin, and again, this is where I say, down the road, we just don't know what it's going to become, what it really is. Because if you look at that formula of disaster out there, one thing's for certain, Bitcoin's potential is not even close to being tapped. And something I gotta tell you right now that's extremely just like beyond bullish, mega bullish. I mean, this is moon boy, okay? This is rocket fuel moon boy kind of shit right here, okay? Stone Ridge reveals 115 million Bitcoin, $150 million, okay? Bitcoin investment as part of $1 billion spinoff. You see, Stone Ridge, okay, to summarize this article, what has happened over the course of 3 years is Stone Ridge has figured out that its employees, the people that work for Stone Ridge, have been going in there and buying Bitcoin. We're not talking little bitty amounts of Bitcoin. We're talking really going in there and buying Bitcoin and investing themselves in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Actually, even getting more into the OTC deals. Some OTC deals can actually be tied back to Stone Ridge employees. Stone Ridge figured this out, and Stone Ridge said, this doesn't look good for us. We need to change this. We need to create models to where we are the ones facilitating this. We are providing the compliance, or the instruments, the whole 9 yards. And we need to do this for our clients. Obviously, there's money in this. And that's what they've done. Stone Ridge has created the models to do such a thing. And right now, there's $1 billion plan, $1 billion plan in the works for Stone Ridge, okay, as far as their involvement right now in Bitcoin. That's freaking huge. We might say, that's nothing compared to where grayscales are now. No, I agree. Collectively right now, institutions are at $6.7 billion, or we'll say $7 billion, okay, in Bitcoin. Okay, in Bitcoin, $7 billion collectively. Stone Ridge comes in there and says, all right, we're going to throw our billion on the table. That means they own a pretty large portion of the pie. And the next question I have is, what is that going to do for the price of Bitcoin? I mean, how many billions, right? How many billions of dollars of Bitcoin can these institutions buy and own, okay? The market cap is $210 billion. Institutions own $7 billion of that right now. how many billions can they start injecting? Because this is money that wasn't in the ecosystem, right? So how much more of this Wall Street money can we have injected into our ecosystem before the price of Bitcoin just goes parabolic, just takes off to where it just cannot be contained, where it cannot be controlled, where the intensity of the FOMO just completely takes over. And I guess the other question we should ask is, if COVID wasn't a thing this year, right? If it wasn't a thing, if it didn't slow down the entire global economy, what would Bitcoin look like today? What would DeFi look like today? What would the entire crypto market look like today? And with that in mind, okay, knowing that we have all these billions of dollars coming in, being injected by these institutions, with that in mind, what does 2021 look like for Bitcoin? In my opinion, 2021 is where the real bull market kicks in. In my opinion, 2021 is where we all make really big money. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to last beyond 2021. We've seen how it happened in 2017, right? History has a tendency of repeating itself. But I'm going to say, I believe 2021 is going to be a massive year for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Now, I wanted to share this with you guys also in today's video. This is actually kind of a big deal, especially for a lot of you guys who are heavy investors right now and looking at, I guess you could say future technologies in the space of blockchain. We see NEAR right now. Okay, this is comparing the fully diluted valuations of the smart contract platforms after launch. NEAR 1.1 billion, AVA 1.5 billion. Look at this, Polkadot $4.3 billion USD. That's pretty substantial. That's a lot of freaking money. That's big things. I really feel that Polkadot, though, is going to have a very long path as far as how long they're going to be in the space. I do not feel like they're gonna disappear 2 years from now, or even 1 year from now. I feel like next year, a lot of the biggest innovations that we're going to see here in the crypto space are going to come from the Polkadot ecosystem. Now, if you're wondering what the fully diluted valuation is, it's basically total supply multiplied by the current price. Okay, if you're trying to figure out how to work out that number. But getting back in the conversation of Polkadot, I'm telling you, I really feel that next year, when the bull run really kicks in again, that Polkadot is going to be a huge conversation. It's going to be a conversation just as common as Ethereum. Do not forget that Polkadot utilizes an ecosystem model versus what Ethereum has done. It's a very clean approach. It's a lot more efficient than what Ethereum has done, okay? You're going to have a lot more speed out of the network as well compared to what you have with Ethereum. Polkadot is also implementing certain layers in there to add more integrity, okay? One of those layers is Kilt. Now, you also have to remember, through Kilt, Polymech was released. Polymech, if you don't know what this is the instrument that is going to be utilized to help people develop on Polkadot. So basically, you can go on there, build your digital assets, build your chain, and Polymech, the way it's designed through the Polkadot ecosystem, when you're ready to go mainnet, it's clean. It's pretty much a click of a button and you're on mainnet. So the way they designed this stuff, it's very cool. Now, Polymech and Kilt, if I'm not mistaken, I believe today and tomorrow is the last day of their sell. So if you're interested in that, you click right here on Investor Relations and go and check that out and ask your questions. But I'm telling you, this is an instrumental part of what we're seeing with Polkadot. And Polkadot right now is crushing it. And I really am. I'm really turned on to buy Polkadot. I am. Polymech and Kilt, that's just one layer of the ecosystem. Go in there and look at the other things that they've created. They actually created solutions to compete with things like Uniswap, to compete with that. And gas fees? Pfft, what gas fees? You know what I'm saying? Wait times? What wait times? It's clean. It's clean, it's efficient, and it's put together by really thoughtful people, good engineers. I mean, I don't know. I think that if you haven't heard of Polkadot yet, okay, or haven't even looked at Polkadot and its ecosystem, I feel like you're a little bit left behind on that. Okay, so listen. Also, none of this is sponsored. I'm sharing this with you because I believe in this stuff. This is good stuff right here. This is good stuff. That if you're looking for more things to add on your radar, check it out. All right. So listen, I think that this quarter, there's going to be many more of us that has more money to make. Hopefully, more of you guys can make some Disney trips for your family as well. And if you're going to be down there around the Christmas time, let me know. It might be kind of cool to, I don't know, have a conversation, hook up, or do something like that. All right. So listen, that's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.